Hi there, welcome to another Assemble This video. Today's cards are all about simple techniques for some fantastic holiday cards. I'm combining some simple stamping with a fun infinity shaker filled with lots of sparkly bits. It's just a fun way to create a different look for each card for this holiday season. I'm featuring the October 2021 Holiday Faith, Hope, Love stamp set from Unity Stamp Company. They're just some really large sentiment stamps, perfect for the front or inside of your card, plus some really cute little accent shapes as well. To save some time, I've already stamped the sentiments and a few little accent shapes as well. Just makes a really cute focal point for the card. And then I have some pre-cut colored cardstock for the techniques that we're going to use with the backgrounds. Starting with our first background, it's a really easy technique and I love the look of this. We're going to use the buffalo plaid background stamp and then just use Versamark watermark ink to stamp on top of that cardstock. What I love is that it creates a tone on tone look without having the perfect ink color required to do that. The Versamark just kind of deepens the original tone of the cardstock, so you get this lovely watermarked pattern on that background. For the next technique, we're going to use our Versamark again, ink that up, and we're using the Christmas cookies border background stamp for this one. And we're just going to ink that up really well and get a nice coverage of Versamark ink. Once I have that done, I'm going to cover that in some white embossing powder. I did prep this paper with an anti-static tool. It's just a little baggie that you run over the front of the cardstock, and that helps to prevent any stray embossing powder from sticking to where you don't want it to. And then you just run your heat tool over that embossing powder and watch the magic happen as it melts and really brightens and pops against that blue background. Again, just another one of my favorite techniques, super simple and easy to do. For this background, we're going to combine both of them. First, I'm stamping the starburst background on the cardstock. There you can see that anti-static tool that I prepped all my paper with. And then I'm going to get a nice impression of that star background with the Versamark ink. And then I'll just do the same thing and melt that white embossing powder with my heat tool, and I just love the magic of watching that happen. Creates just a lovely texture. Next, we're going to use a little Christmas Carol text background with our Versamark ink, and I'm just going to stamp that right over the top of the embossed stars. I like the idea of having that subtle text in the background and then the stars popping up against that. And then for our last background, just some really simple traditional stamping, but I'm going to use two different colors. I'm using a teal color to kind of contrast against that green background. So this just creates a bit of a different interest rather than using the Versamark, which is a subtle pattern. This is going to be a bit bolder and it'll definitely pop against that green. So here are our four backgrounds. And then I paired each of the sentiments with the background and die cut them out as well. I just like the idea of the shape around each sentiment to make it a little bit more interesting. And for our final step, we're going to turn each of these into a shaker card. So I glued those sentiments down to the front of the cardstock so they were flat. And then I have these cellophane sheets that I purchased. I think they're for candy making. I'm not really sure. I'm pretty sure that's what they were. And they're just super easy to fold. They're a bit pliable. You don't have to like force it to fold over the back of the card. I just put down some tape adhesive and fold those sides in and leave one side open, dump in my shaker elements, and then seal it up with some more foam tape. I do like to trim off those corners because they overlay and there's just a bit of cellophane that can pop over the side of the card, so I just trim that off and keep it kind of flat in the background. And then it's all sealed up, and the shaker bits can just free flow behind that cellophane. You do have to be careful with the dimension of your shaker elements, that they're not too thick that they can pop through that cellophane. Now to finish everything off, I have some foam tape. I just like the little bit of dimension that it creates by having a different level on this card. So we're just going to pop up the shaker portion of the card, pop that up with some foam adhesive right into the center of a white card base. And here are the finished cards. I just love all the great combinations of the big sentiments and those cute little accent shapes that come in the kit. And then the background stamping and embossing and die cutting, that all created just some fun things to look at behind our big sentiments. And because these are holiday and Christmas cards, I just wanted them to be really extra special. And to make that happen, I went with an infinity shaker card. And I think it just does add that extra element of fun and sparkle. I just love how the little sequins and little bits of glitter kind of move and shake with the card. I think it's really going to bring a smile to the person I send this to, and of course just add a little bit of extra shine and love to their Christmas this year. So as always, I'll have all the supplies linked in the description of this video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you liked it. Plus, if you have any questions or sweet comment, post below. I just love reading each and every single one of them, and of course if you have any questions, I'm always happy to answer them. Thank you so much for creating with me. I hope you were inspired to try some easy background techniques or even an infinity shaker card. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you again soon for another video. Bye.